Okay, hello everyone, my name is Martin, and this is the first video about me moving to London. I've been thinking about doing this for the last month actually, and I wasn't sure about like how to do it and how to approach this, but basically I decided to make a video diary of myself moving to London and living there for 1 year. I've been living in Dubai for the last 7 years. I've been studying there. I'm a student, and I'm planning to make a video diary of it for the whole year, like starting from this week, and for the whole year I'm gonna put up one video, each week, most probably on Sundays, but maybe Mondays. I haven't decided yet. It depends on the uni schedule and all of that. But basically the reason why I'm doing this is that I just want to show you how it is to live a student life in London, how it is to move from one country to another, basically, like, and just to explore everything for the first time. This is personally really exciting for me, and I think it's going to be really amazing. And the reason why I want to share this with you is that I guess there are a lot of people around the world who sort of they just move to different places and to different countries maybe. I don't know, I think London and UK in general is one of the best places in the world to study, and I think it's going to be really interesting and amazing. There are a lot of amazing places that I just can't wait to experience, and I can't wait to get there and just to start living in London. This is like, I've been in London, I've been there last year for a week, and I've been dreaming about going there for the last, like, I don't know, 7 years maybe. Last year was the first time I went there, and I actually enjoyed it very much. I just loved it. And that was one of the main reasons why I decided to move there in particular. So I just can't wait, although I'm a bit nervous. My flight is tomorrow morning, so tonight I'm moving out to the airport because it takes around 4 or 5 hours to get there. But yeah, flying to London tomorrow, and I'm gonna be taking you on this journey with me, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've just passed all the security stuff at the airport, and there's like an hour or 1 hour and a half till the boarding starts, and slept for like 3 hours in total this night. That's probably why I don't look so good, but excited. Check out the view. He's just chilling. This is how I spend my time. Today is the next day. Obviously, as you can see, I woke up like 30 minutes ago, had breakfast. I didn't have time to vlog yesterday because everything was just happening so fast and there were so many things to do. I arrived at the airport, and for some reason they put me on detention. That's what it said on the paper. You're under detention. The reason, like at the borders, when they're checking your passport and all of that, the woman that was questioning me and checking my passport, she suddenly stopped. She looked at her computer screen in a very weird way, and she said, like, excuse me, I'm gonna have to take your passport and you're gonna have to wait there. And she put me in this room, which was not even like a proper room, but it was like just a couple of glasses making like walls. And they were not even like, the height was not even until the ceiling. It was just like a little room at the side of that big room where everybody goes through the passport control and stuff like that. And she put me there, and I was waiting there for like 10 minutes. The reason she did that was that her system showed her that once I was rejected in the UK visa, I didn't get it once, and it was like back in 2009.
but that was like for a stupid reason, and just it didn't really matter. I went to UK last year and it was fine. But this time, for some reason, this happened. But everything was fine. She said that it's not gonna happen again. They checked everything, and I got my luggage and I left the airport. I got to my apartment, and the apartment is just what I expected, to be honest. It's a nice, simple apartment. Nothing fancy, nothing super glamorous, but yeah, it's all good. I'll give you a tour at some point. But now I want to lie down in bed, which I'm not going to do, by the way. I have to go to the university to check in and see what's happening and what should I do and when is like the first day of studies. And I still didn't get a SIM card for my phone. So I'm gonna go and find one, I think. I'm thinking about getting O2 or Vodafone. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, this is how my day is going. Oh, and by the way, it's freaking cold here. I don't know why. Yesterday when I came here, like I already noticed that it's kind of chilly. I thought it was pretty good actually. And I went to bed early. It was about 9 or 10 o'clock, I think. And I lay down in bed. I already felt like it was cold. But I just thought, well, you know, it's fine. Sometimes I just feel cold. Sometimes it's fine. I have a blanket. Everything's gonna be fine. But and I fell asleep. In the middle of the night, I felt that it's actually really cold. I woke up, I put a shirt on, and I fell asleep again with my shirt on. Then I woke up again, and I realized that I'm still cold, and I have to put on a sweater. So I put on a sweater, this sweater actually, and here's the shirt under it. So I put on a sweater, and I fell asleep. But then I wake up for the third time at night because I was cold, which usually doesn't happen. Usually when I sleep like I'm dead. And I still woke up for the third time because it was cold. I realized that my legs are cold. So I put on pants, like pajama pants. And this is how I slept because it was so freaking cold. I got a blanket, but it didn't do anything basically. I don't know why. It's pretty cold. There could be like 3 reasons potentially. First, I might have not used the thermostat. I might not have set up the right temperature. Although I checked it already and I don't think that's the problem. Second reason might be that the bills for heat are not paid yet. Although everything here works, like the water is working, there's hot water, there's electricity, everything is here. But for some reason there is no heat. I don't know why. Maybe because they like haven't paid that bill in particular for heating, or maybe because heating doesn't really work at the moment. And the third reason might be that they don't turn on the heat in autumn. Maybe they turn it on like by when it gets closer to winter, basically, maybe in November or something like that. So that's what happens in my country actually. And you're sort of forced to be cold all the time during that time until they don't turn on the heating system in your building. So I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. And maybe I'm an idiot that I didn't think about it before, but I just didn't feel like it was cold. So this is pretty much the way I slept. Yeah, just like that. So yeah, first night. Okay, so I found out everything. Basically, it is cold because that's the way it's supposed to be. The temperature in England, in London, normal temperature in an apartment, in a house, is 19 degrees. So everyone's here is used to that. And they all usually sleep in like pajamas and warm stuff and all of that. In winter, it's either the same or it's like they make the temperature a little bigger because obviously it's winter, it's colder. But yeah, and every apartment has a boiler. Here's our boiler. It's behind that wooden thing. And basically you turn on that boiler whenever you want to heat up the shower, kitchen water, all of that, and to make the apartment a little warmer. And I think it also has like a timer and you can set it up. And for example, when you want to take a shower on Monday at 9 p.m. or something like that, you can set up that time so that by that time the water is going to be heated up and it's going to be warm and you can have a shower. But then it just cools off, I think.
And yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So I guess it's normal. And another day of sleeping in a sweater. This is honestly my first time sleeping in a sweater. So new experiences. I also got a SIM card. I got a phone number finally. I bought an O2 card, but it turns out if you don't have a bank account, you can't even buy like a proper SIM card, like with a contract and all of that. It means basically that they can give you a pay-as-you-go card, which is obviously just pay-as-you-go. There are a couple of packages and they've got internet and all of that, but to me it didn't sound like official, like a real card. I was just told that unless you don't have a bank account, we can't give you a proper card, so you just get pay-as-you-go. And for example, if you want to have a proper tariff, like get internet and this amount of messages and this amount of phone calls, you have to have a bank account. So it's bank account all over this country. Like the only thing I could buy so far without a bank account is an Oyster card, which is like a transport thing. Thank God I can use transport without a bank account. I know this vlog has been all about me talking and all that stuff, and I didn't show you anything so far, but there were just so many new things to me that I just could not have shared them with you, because, you know, obviously when you come to a different country, everything is different. You have to start to get to know all these things. And this is what I'm doing basically. I'm really hoping that it would be helpful to somebody, at least. Anyone. I'm not doing this to get a lot of subscribers or anything like that. I'm not going to promote this basically. I'm not going to, I don't know, put it on my Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is. This is just for people who are interested, and I hope to make this as good and interesting as I possibly can, because, you know, it's really cool to know that you're discovering something with somebody else at the same time, because I'm all new to this. I'm completely new to this. I don't know anything about this country in terms of living here. So yeah, I just think the idea of discovering something together is really great, and hopefully you will join me and we'll just keep discovering this together. And for you out there who lives in UK already, maybe you can give me a good advice or something like that, anything. I would be more than happy actually, because I'm kind of lost at the moment, as you can see. But yeah, it's been an exciting week, definitely. It's been amazing so far, even though I sleep in a sweater. So yeah, I'm still happy about it. So keep an eye for the good stuff next week. I promise I'm gonna do my best to make it more interesting and more exciting and more adventurous. See you next week.